Ugh, it's way too early in the morning for this shit, I thought to myself. Jason Sorrenzio is dead. From what Alyssa had told me, he was found naked in the men's shower with his throat slit open like a cantaloupe. A fucked up way to go. I tried eavesdropping on some of the chatter amongst the police and the campus security. They were saying that it looked like a suicide. Apparently, a kitchen knife was found right beside him in the shower, so naturally their first inclination was that the kid did himself in. But that didn't make any sense. Jason's not the type of schmuck to off himself. Is he? I thought. The guy seemed like he had it all. Why would he do that? Reality then sank in like a cinder block in the pit of my stomach. Just mere hours ago I had been with Carla, showing her proof that her boyfriend of nearly 4 years had been screwing around on her. She couldn't have done this, I thought. But then, how much did I really know about her? I'd only known her for a couple of days. Who's to say that she wasn't capable of something like this? Something was really, really wrong about all this. This was no damn suicide. As I watched the paramedics wheel Jason's lifeless carcass away, all I could think to myself was that the poor bastard didn't deserve it. The guy may have been a cheating prick, but you don't just whack a guy in the shower. The shower and the toilet are sacred chapels of man. You just don't do that. It's just plain evil. But I digress. After the police and ambulance left the scene, I went back to my dorm room to try and get some rest and to think. But I couldn't sleep. I called Carla several times back to back, but my calls went straight to voicemail. I followed up with several texts telling her to call me immediately. I was getting paranoid. My mind began to wander as I pondered the possible scenarios. I didn't want to believe that Carla was involved in this, but the timeline was too coincidental. Damn it, Beacon. Was I being played? Was this all some sort of twisted game? I needed to know. After several more unresponsive texts, I grew restless and headed to Carla's dorm to see her myself. She wasn't in her room when I arrived. The paranoia in me was swelling. After asking around to a few of her neighbors about her whereabouts, I tracked Carla down to the campus gym. Her boyfriend's found dead, and she decides to work up a sweat, I thought? Yeah, that wasn't peculiar at all. I remember finding her on the treadmill and once again being magnetically drawn to her. Just seeing her in that perfect track body of hers, sweaty in that purple cutoff tank top and those tight black yoga pants, her curves swaying back and forth, teasing me, tantalizing me, torturing me. I'd almost forgotten what I was doing there in the first place. Damn that woman in those yoga pants. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, I approached Carla on the treadmill, and well, she seemed less than happy to see me.
Well, if it isn't Dick Tracy.
Carla, I've been trying to reach you. You've been ignoring my calls and texts.
Sorry, I've been a little busy. Been at the gym all morning.
Really? All morning?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing I do when I don't get laid.
This isn't funny, Carla.
You're right, it's not. Can you leave me alone, please?
Do you even know what's going on?
I give up. What's going on?
You're telling me you haven't heard about your boyfriend.
You mean my ex-boyfriend? What about the prick?
At that point, I pressed the stop button on her treadmill.
What the hell, Marcus?
You and I need to talk. Now. Minutes later, I took Carla outside and told her about what had happened to Jason earlier that morning.
Oh my... Are you serious?
She seemed shocked. You really didn't know about this?
No, I got up early this morning and came straight to the gym. You're saying he killed himself?
Well, it appears that way.
How about that, huh?
I stared at her intently. Yeah, how about that?
What's that supposed to mean?
Doesn't it seem a little strange to you that mere hours after our thing last night, this happens?
First of all, what happened last night wasn't a thing. I was horny and vulnerable, and you were an attractive black man that just happened to be there. Secondly, what exactly are you implying?
You're gonna make me say it, Carla.
Wow. You think I had something to do with it?
The timing's oddly coincidental.
This is a joke. You're joking, right?
Yeah, I'm a regular Krusty the fucking Clown.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Is that all you have to say?
You know what? Fuck you, Marcus. You've got a lot of fucking nerve to accuse me of some shit like that.
Last night I tell you that your boyfriend of 4 years has been cheating on you. Hours later he's found in his shower looking like a Pez dispenser. What exactly am I supposed to think here? Carla then suddenly fiercely slapped me across the face. It hurt like a bitch.
Stay the hell away from me, Marcus. I don't ever want to see you again. Do you understand me?
I'll never forget the look of ferocity on her face. She looked like she was trying her hardest to hold back tears. My accusations cut her deep. It was either a sign of guilt or a sign of hurt. She stomped away and left me alone with my thoughts as the cold, thick morning air filled my lungs. What was I supposed to think? Were my allegations premature? Was Carla really capable of this? I kept telling myself that I barely knew this girl. I had no idea what she was capable of. She very well could have been using me to prove her boyfriend's guilt so that she could off him herself. It made sense. These type of things happened all the time in the movies. The jealous, spiteful girlfriend. But I couldn't shake this feeling that maybe I was wrong. It all seemed a little too cliché. There had to be more to it. The whole debacle was really eating away at me. Then suddenly I realized I never got my $500, which kind of sucked because I was really looking forward to it. Seriously, I was going to buy a PS4 with that cash. It was several hours later, around lunchtime. Despite what had happened that morning, life proceeded as usual on campus. There were murmurs and gossip amongst the students, but everyone seemed much more concerned about passing final exams before the Christmas break, which was looming in a few days. I was at Ferreira's, the campus cafe right at the heart of the student union. I had a criminology final exam later that day to worry about, so I tried to cram in some last-minute studying. 2 Marlboros and 4 hard-boiled eggs later, I just couldn't keep my concentration. I kept thinking about Jason, and Carla, and how in the pit of my stomach I knew that my sorry behind was deep in the middle of it all. My phone suddenly buzzed, showing me a Facebook notification. A new message in my inbox. It came from Anonymous. My eyes quickly glanced at the message as I was preparing to delete it until I read the words, "I don't think Jason Sorrenzio's death was an accident. Can I meet with you?" I wanted to delete it. I wanted to get this whole fiasco out of my mind and just move on with my life. But of course, me being a glutton for punishment, I replied to the anonymous sender asking him where he wanted to meet to talk. Several minutes after I sent my message, I received a reply asking me to meet at the campus library in 1 hour. I agreed to the meet. An hour and a half passed by. I was at the library awaiting my mysterious informant on pins and needles. I kept thinking that I was wasting my time and that Facebook message was probably a prank. Some freshman asshole with nothing better to do at this time. After a few more minutes of waiting, I had decided, fuck it. I was going to get out of there and move on when a young woman blocked my path.
Hi, you're Beacon, right?
Who wants to know?
Okay, good. I wasn't sure. You're taller than you look on your Facebook page.
Wait, are you...
Anonymous. Yep, I'm the one that contacted you.
I had not been expecting a woman.
Anyway, thanks for meeting with me. I know my message was, a little weird. I just kind of freaked out about this. Never really did anything like this before.
What's your name?
My name's Barbara.
Barbara. I don't like being lied to. What's your real name? She fell silent for a moment.
Charlotte. My name's Charlotte. Sorry, can't blame me, right?
I understand. Now you need to understand that if you're wasting my time...
I'm not. I swear. Look, I only reached out to you because I don't think Jason killed himself. I think he was murdered.
And you know this how?
Because I've been having an affair with him.
Holy shit, I thought. This must have been the girl that Jason was with when I was hiding under his bed. Oh.
Yeah.
We should go talk somewhere quieter. We took a stroll to the third floor of the library, which was the quietest in the building. Charlotte was short, had long, curly, dirty blonde hair, round cheeks, and thick lips. She was a little too busty for my taste, but hey, to each his own. She was kind of like a blonde Kat Dennings. We conversed quietly as we strolled through the bookshelves. So, how long had your affair with Jason been going on?
For about 3 months.
And you knew he had a girlfriend? She paused.
Yes, well, not at first. We started hooking up after we met at this frat party, and I don't know, I just kept expecting him to break it off with me, but we kept seeing each other. After about a month, he admitted to me that he had a girlfriend.
And then?
Well, I was angry, but I didn't leave him.
No offense, but why would you stay with him at that point?
Because he made a promise. He told me that he loved me and that he and his girlfriend, Carla, that they've been having problems lately. He said he was going to leave her. He promised he was going to do it, but that he just needed some more time. So I believed him and just waited for him to end it with her. And now he's dead.
This was a lot to take in. I needed a fucking cigarette. Sounds like you fell pretty hard for him.
I loved him.
Well, be that as it may, I don't really see how this proves that he was murdered.
She did it.
Who?
His girlfriend, that fucking Carla girl. She fucking killed him.
What makes you so sure?
You don't understand, Mr. Beacon,
It's just Beacon.
Yes, sorry. Beacon, look, you don't understand. He fucking hated her. She made his life a living hell. They were always fighting. He told me that he was trying to get rid of her long before we even met. I actually met her one time, and I could just tell she was batshit crazy. You could see in her eyes she had this Rosamund Pike Gone Girl vibe about her.
Damn, Gone Girl. That was a damn good movie. So, anyway, because of your relationship with Jason, you think what? She found out about it, got jealous, and killed him?
I know she had her suspicions, and Jason, he felt it too. It makes sense, though, doesn't it?
It did make sense. A whole lot of goddamn sense. That's what was scaring me.
And what if she comes after me now?
You really think that's likely?
If she's as crazy as Jason said she was, I don't see why she wouldn't come after me.
Charlotte, I've gotta ask. Why come to me with this?
Well, I hear you're like some kind of detective person, right? Like you solve mysteries and stuff?
Yeah, and stuff. But no, I mean, why don't you go to the police with this? This is some pretty sensitive information that I'm sure the police would like to know about.
Yeah, you're right. And I did think about going to them, but I guess, just to be honest, I just don't want the police all in my business. Asking me all sorts of questions and crap about my affair with him. You have a good reputation of being discreet with people who come to you. So I figured I'd take the chance. Am I crazy for that?
The girl was pouring her heart out to me and trusted me enough to confess her affair. I couldn't just turn away. I gently patted her on the shoulder to console her. Charlotte, I appreciate you coming to me with this. I'm going to do my best to get to the bottom of this. But the thing is, I need proof. Is there anything you could give me that could help me? Maybe help steer me in the right direction?
My brother, Sam. He works as campus security. Occasionally he works shifts in Carla's dorm. I told him about Carla and asked him to keep an eye on her and see if she was acting weird and stuff. Honestly, it was just me being paranoid and jealous, but last week he told me that he noticed you've been acting kind of strange.
Strange how?
You should talk to him. He'll give you more details. I told him I was going to meet you today to run this all by you. Here, take his number.
I gave her my cell phone, and she entered both her and her brother's phone numbers into it. Okay, that's something. I'll see what your brother has to say about this.
Thank you, Beacon. Thank you so much. How much do I owe you for all this?
No charge. This one's pro bono.
Excuse me? Did you just say you have a boner?
No, I mean it's free. It's on the house.
I gotcha.
I had my first real lead in this case. All the signs were pointing to Carla being responsible for Jason's death. I sent a text to Charlotte's brother Sam to let him know I met with his sister and asked if he wanted to talk about Carla. As I was awaiting his response, I'd suddenly realized that I was a half hour late for my criminology final. An hour later, I was in class finishing up my exam and pretty sure I had flunked the shit out of it when 2 campus security guards approached me out of nowhere.
You Marcus Beacon?
Yeah?
We're going to need you to come with us right now, Mr. Beacon.
And why's that?
The campus president needs to see you right away.
The president? See me? About what?
About the murder of Jason Sorrentio.